Huh? Consent. Check.
Remember I showed you a structure hierarchy? What comes after a campaign? Great. Ad group. Okay. So now we need to go and add our ad groups. Okay. So it says go ahead and create a new ad group. Okay. Here it's now creating an ad group for you. Okay. Very simple. Give it a name. So within that campaign, what do you want to call this ad group? Let's say first trial. In our case, this is first set of trial I want to call it. This again nobody sees besides you. So you need to know what to call it. Okay. Now comes creating the ad. Okay. So your first option is obviously text ad. Then it's your ad gallery, your dynamic search ad, and your mobile app engagement. Okay. Remember I had shown you all the different types of ads? Okay, that's why I showed you earlier, because here you have to choose which ad you're creating. In most cases on Google itself, you will use the text ad anyway. So let's say the text ad, right? Here, there's basically what they're giving you is a headline. And while we're inputting this, just watch the right side. It's going to change based as we're inputting this, okay? So let's say test ad for glass, okay? And you see on the right hand side it's changing everything, okay? And it's telling you how many characters are left. So I'll just completely use all the characters, okay? Just to show you. Then it gives you an ability to add 35 characters of description. So I say description 1, and I can just keep on adding 35 characters I want. Okay, now if you see it says -6 where I was adding. Do you see the red? Yes. That's telling you that I overwrote, okay? So I'm going to just back up till it says 0. Okay? Then line 2, whatever I want to add in line 2. Right? And you see on the right hand side, it keeps on creating the ad like you're making it, okay? Then, what URL do you want to show? Okay, let's say I want to show advantage.com. Okay? On the right hand side, you see the green now shows advantage.com. Now, once they click on that ad, where are you going to take them? Okay, but this, you might not necessarily want to go to the main page.
Landing page.
Yeah? So I say I want to go to my landing page 1.html or whatever it's called. But on the right hand side, that never shows. It only shows the display URL. Where it will take you, it will not show. It can also, you can also give it a URL for it to take for a mobile. Let's say you have a separate landing page for a mobile. Maybe it starts with m.advantage.com. Okay, and it's landing page 1.html, but it's on m.advantage. So now, if it appears on a mobile, it'll actually take people there. Now, again, if you have tracking templates, you can add it here. Let's just leave it alone. Let's not do it. Okay, so we've got our headlines, we've got our description lines, we've got our URLs. Now comes what are the keywords we want to target. Okay, so if we've done the research, we know that we're trying to target whatever keyword, right? Let's say in this case, we're trying to target e-commerce education, right? That's a keyword I want to target, right?
Startup business.
Okay, startup business, online startups, women entrepreneurs. All right, so anyway, let's assume that these are the 4 that I want to target. Correct? I come down here. So, okay, because we've already done all the research, all I need to do, right, I just need to say save and continue. Now it's going to go to the next page. Now, obviously, it's asking for our billing information, right? Because they're not going to start any ad without money, correct? Unless you have an account and you bought a a coupon to have Google ad credits or etc., right? Because you can actually get ad credits. You can buy ad credits and add it to your account, and you don't have to pay by credit card. But in this case, we don't have it. Okay? So it says set up your account. We say, sure, let's set up our account. And you know what? I'll tell them I'm setting up a personal account because I don't want to go through the effort of giving them all the information for the company. Okay? Now, it says, how do you want the payments to be done? Do you want automatically for us to just take it out of your account? Or do you want to do manual payments? If you do manual, it's going to make you do this first. It's going to ask you to pay first before it starts your service. Okay? They don't like credit. Right? They charge first. Then they give you credit to run it. Okay? So let's assume we say automatic. Okay? And we can put credit card information. Only problem is it only takes Visa and MasterCard. So if you have any other credit card, you're going to get stuck. No Maestro, no Discover, no Amex, all right? No Rupee, no Diners.
If it's a company account, then how does one pay? Because you don't want to pay out of your own personal credit card. So how does one pay out of a company account?
Most companies have a credit card.
So we get the coupons also from Google AdWords.
Correct. That's what I was saying. So if you get a coupon, what happens is then you leave this alone. You don't create the billing right now. You save it, okay? Pay for it with a coupon. So you can go to accounts. In the account settings, you can actually add a coupon. I can show you where to do it. So, but here we didn't say that. We said, okay, let's pay for it. Now, problem is, I don't also have a Visa or a MasterCard. I'm very much a Amex person, and so for us, for our company, we actually have someone else do it because I don't have one.
One more question. We don't have a debit card option here at all?
No.
Only one single option, credit card.
Yes. Credit card, or you pay and get a voucher and put the voucher codes in Google, and they'll give you credits. So you can go buy credits, cash credits for Google AdWords.
Where to buy?
Huh?
Where to buy?
I think there's some certain places online you can buy. I haven't seen them in any store, but usually they're available in stores also, but I haven't seen them in any stores. It's online, you can buy those credits.
So I've allocated 1,000, so it will take only 1,000. And if I've given manual, then every time I'll have to give him 1,000 rupees accordingly. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I'll just say set up billing later. Okay, so I'll set up billing later, but now what it's done is gone out and actually created my ad. Okay, it's under campaign number 2 because I forgot to save the thing. And if you look at it, it's created it for 4 keywords. Okay, within the ad group called first trial. Okay, it says that the max CPC is auto because we chose that. Okay, and according to this, it's going to automate it to 111 rupees and 58 paisa a click. Okay, it's okay. It's just test. Paisa to diye nahi maine. Right. So abhi kuch bhi kar le. But this is how it would look once your campaign is in there. Okay. Once it starts running, you can actually see these numbers all. The clicks would go up, the impressions would go up, the click through rates would go up. Let me see if I can show you one account that's already been created.
This can be altered every end of day, no?
It can be altered anytime you want. But everything is real time. All they tell you is once you change it, it may take a few minutes for it to get to their servers. That's all they need. But it can be changed anytime you want. When I show you Google Analytics, I'll actually show you live data. Because I have some large companies' accounts that I'll hide the name and show you. Okay? So that you can see actually real live data of their ad spend, of their analytics and everything. Okay? Yes, you had a question.
So actually I had 2 questions. First is about Google Analytics.
Earlier on, you mentioned that there is a free service of Google Analytics and a premium service.
Yes.
With the premium service offering more details.
Yes.
Now, based on your experience, a startup shop, for instance, a startup company, should it opt for the free service or the premium service? I mean, even if the budget is high enough, wouldn't it be more better to go for the free service if you're not going to use the premium service?
I would always say you start with the free. First, figure out how to use the free. Right? The functions and features in free are more than what you can even handle. Believe me, the medium-sized companies can't even go beyond the free.
Okay, so would you say premium is basically unnecessary except for the Amazon type company?
Not Amazon types, but maybe a big brand, yes. That's putting through several hundred orders a day, several thousand orders a day. Yes, then that becomes more useful. But otherwise, no. Otherwise, your free is more than what you can handle. If you can even use that data and fix your campaigns, that's more than what you can do.
Okay, and the other question was, earlier you mentioned that there are tools which handle this data in real time, allowing you to alter, switch details on the fly.
Yeah.
Would you be showing us these tools directly here, or would we have to?
No. So I have not included those tools in these sessions. In Google, do a simple search for bid optimization tools. Okay, AdWords bid optimization tools, and you'll find them. Okay, these are tools that are directly connected into Google. Okay, APIs, and they monitor how things are happening, and they'll adjust your bid for you. You have a week to create whatever campaigns you want to create, and then come back to me and ask me any questions you have on creating these campaigns. And every time you can choose not to set up the billing, okay? Because this is not something that I can show to you 5 times and you learn. Make a full Shopify site. We'll probably do it sometime this coming week, okay? I'll have Nilesh reach out to you guys because Nilesh is going to take that part, okay? There's 2 things that I want to cover in this more, okay? One are some more cool trends, okay? So I'm going to go back to my presentation, and these are some interesting facts that you dig up while you're doing things, right? With an average click-through rate of 1.84%, okay? So video ads have a click-through rate of 1.84%, okay? That's a little higher than display and lower than search for the ones that remember the numbers. Second thing, apps are probably becoming mainstream for everything. We're using them for doctors, we're using them for bank balances, okay? And like I mentioned, Google is now using them as a ranking factor, obviously. So yes, some of these are reminders for you. I'm asking you on purpose, okay? Making sure that the ones that didn't sleep still remember the stuff. So yes, it does have a ranking factor, okay? This is something that most of you haven't even thought of. With technology like Shiri and OK Google, right? Users are now asking their devices out loud, right? You're just talking to your device now. What is going to happen with search and other things with these 2 things there? You guys need to start thinking, okay, that your business can be found by someone asking Shiri, just giving you things to think about, okay? Things are changing. Today we're talking about typing and this, but you know what? These 2 things are going to change everything for you. Everything is going to have a voice assistant now.
That's again scary.
It's not scary. It's very cool. Another trend, we've been talking about wearable technology. Don't forget wearable technology. We talked about it in notifications, but don't forget what will happen to your ads when it's wearable technology in the future or now. Companies are looking to spend $10 billion more this year on digital marketing than they did last year. Okay? Just giving you an idea. So the guys who think that they can become digital marketing experts, huge chance for you. Okay? Because a lot of budgets are going into digital marketing. It also tells you a trend. Trend is more and more marketing spend is being pushed to this side. Now, this is something that I think a lot of you had a question on. How do you spend your budget? Where do you allocate it? Right? And there's a comparison here between B2B and B2C because the two companies operate very differently. Okay? If you look at it, B2C companies will spend 21% of their budgets in SEO versus 33% in B2B. Okay, why? We'll talk about. B2C companies will spend almost 42% of their budgets in PPC versus B2B, which is 27.8%. It's very simple. B2B is more a long tail marketing strategy, right? So they depend heavier on SEO versus PPC. Okay? And then others, obviously, you have...
What's written there for 13% and 15%?
So 13 and 15% are equality across all channels.
This means including print and TV and other. Yeah.
No, these are digital. These are only digital, sorry.
So what would go into the...
So they're saying we spend it equally. So by the way, this is what people are saying. This is where majority of their budgets are allocated. Okay? So 13% and 15% across B2B and B2C say that it's equal. You guys understood the chart, right? The chart is saying 42.5% of people, let me clarify, say they spend more money on PPC in a B2C environment versus 27.8% of people in B2B environment. Okay? This is not their budget.
It is not an allocation of budget.
Yes. This is how they allocate budget. Yes. It's not the allocation. It's how they allocate. Yes.
When you speak of B2C segment, it is all segments, A grade, B grade, C grade or top end players are spending more on B2C.
No. So these things are done by surveys, right? You ask them. So the surveys are usually done across all, right? You don't just ask the top enterprises. Okay, this is done across everybody. Given that everybody has all the tools, that brings us to the end of search engine marketing. You know what? We all want to get started with AdWords, right? All of us here want to at least get one program or one campaign going. Why don't we ask Nitin if there's a program where when we first get onto AdWords, Google might be able to help us get started. Nitin, does Google have a program for startups and entrepreneurs to get started on AdWords? Because a lot of our participants want to participate, but you know what? They kind of have some inclination saying that maybe I want to start, maybe I don't. So is there a program to help us out?
So let me give you a classic example of what Google does. Google has a program called AdWords for Beginners where we definitely give some credits, free credits. So anyone who's interested in spending, for example, 5,000 rupees a month, and you're the first time advertiser on Google AdWords, we give you some free credit so that the advertiser learns and does that. There are many agencies who do that also. Google has tied up with many agencies where they start getting, I wouldn't say if everything is free, but if you are ready to commit 5,000 rupees, Google will put in that kind of thing. So my take is this, absolutely, we used to give free credits earlier, absolutely free. The challenge was that there was a lot of misuse which used to happen. So we said, okay, let's ask them to put their skin in the game. So if you are ready to put in 5,000 rupees, we might start giving you 2,000 rupee free credits. And I think that's the model which has started working fantastically well. And for any startup who's wanting to advertise on Google platform, they can definitely take use of this.
Yeah, well, you guys, like Nitin mentioned, they're able to fund you a little bit. They're not going to give you just free credits, right? It used to be, like he said, they used to give you free credits. Not anymore. Now, you put in a little bit of money, and they'll invest the money with you to actually launch those campaigns. All right, guys. At this point, let's bring in another one of our domain experts. His name is Mahesh Murthy. A lot of us have heard of him. He's one of the top investors, leading marketers, etc. Let's ask him what he thinks about digital marketing. Mahesh, what we want to do is actually have you share what your thoughts are on the future of digital marketing. Where is digital marketing going? Is there where every one of our entrepreneurs should concentrate on, or they should be looking at traditional marketing as well?
So actually all marketing, in a year or two is going to become digital marketing. Whether you're on TV, everything on TV is digital, it comes through DTH. Whether you're in radio, it's going to be digital. Whether you're in outdoor is becoming increasingly digital. Most people are not consuming the newspaper through paper, but they're consuming it on the tablet or on the phone. So that's also digital. And of course, digital is digital. So essentially, digital is eating the world. All advertising and marketing is going to be digital. In the early stages of a company's life, what's really going to matter most is your digital word of mouth, which is, what people talk about you, your sentiment scores, your salience, the chatter about you, what people are saying on your Facebook page, what people are saying on your page, what people are tweeting about you, and slowly, how people search for you and find you. That's going to be really the core of what you do for the first couple of years. Only much later, when you have money to waste, and or some venture capitalist saying brand banao, that's when you might want to do, come and say, let's do some TV and let's do some print.
I think great points, Mahesh. But you know what? A question comes up. What about ROI? How do I measure ROI when it comes to these digital marketing campaigns?
So this is a series of steps that you take, and you measure ROI based on what you're looking for. You'll find in almost all cases that digital probably will win the race, that particular competition and fight when it comes to the highest ROI, no matter what your particular objective is.
So which in turn means digital would give a better ROI to an organization?
Oh, absolutely. In almost every circumstance, unless it's something hyper-local and 2 billboards can do the job better, and I'm doubtful about that. In almost every circumstance, digital will actually be far more cost efficient and cost effective for whatever it is your objective is.
And how do we determine what budget should be allocated when it comes to digital marketing? There's a whole thought, 5%, 10%, 20%. Somebody will say 100%. What is your thought on it?
To me, it depends on when you're talking about it. In the early years, 100%. Over a period of time, it might come down to 80, 70, 60, 50, 40%. But in the first 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 100%.
So guys, Mahesh shared a lot with us. He believes in digital marketing. He's saying this is the future, right? This is what we should be actually concentrating on. We should be allocating most of our budgets first to digital marketing and then to traditional marketing. The reason I think he mentioned multiple times is that when we have funding available, we can actually expand to other areas. But until we don't, we need to look at digital marketing. But you know what? There's a case study that once Mahesh shared with me. I like Mahesh to share that with all of us. And let me ask him to kind of share that case study with us. Mahesh, can you share that case study that you had told me about with our group here? I think they would be interested to hear how digital marketing kind of helps a business.
So actually, many digital companies and digital product companies have already shown the way. If you see what a Sharekhan has done, if you see what a Yatra or a Make My Trip has done, if you see what an Amazon has done, or a Redbus has done, or a Carvali has done, there are already many companies that have reached significant size by really creating the digital value chain within their own marketing organizations. And some of these companies adopted it. Sharekhan adopted it 11 years ago and has been doing that to grow itself into India's largest broker over a period of time most cost effectively, right? So there are already ways that have been set in there, case studies where you can read about how they did that.
Wow. Guys, great case study. I think it speaks why digital marketing is the next biggest thing for us. Okay? So we've already covered search engine optimization. Okay, now we covered search engine marketing. Okay, we've covered email and SMS marketing. Okay, and now what left for us to cover is social media marketing. Okay, which will be our next biggest topic, right? Where we talk about Facebook, talk about Twitter, we talk about LinkedIn. Okay, and towards the end of it, start talking about YouTube and video marketing as well. So that's going to be our next set of modules. Okay, so let's end this.